Hi, good morning.
This is our sixth video class for chapter 1.
And we are moving to the end session of chapter 1. So, are you able to follow my classes? Have you taken down the notes? For the first chapter, I have given each and every topics as notes because many of you told me that you don't have old textbook with you. That's why I gave each and every activities and both definitions and one words as notes. But from the second chapter onwards, I only give the definitions and one word questions. I will not give the activity wise description because it is very clear in your textbook and it is very detailedly described in your textbook. So those who don't have your old textbook, I have sent through your WhatsApp group the PDF of your textbook so that you can follow your textbook or can read your textbook. Okay. So from the second chapter onwards, I'll specify the activity number and the page number, so that you can mark it down in your textbook. Thus you can study from your textbook. So don't forget to mark it down, and I will give the definitions and one word so that you can copy that questions in your notebook. Okay. So shall we move to today's session?
So as of now we have discussed all these topics. So in today's session we'll discuss about two topics. One is changing picture clarity and other one is use of filter tools, and this is the last topic in your textbook, activity 1.7 and 1.8. So how we can increase or decrease brightness and contrast, or how we can blur a picture. That is what today's session. So let's start with the first activity, how to change picture clarity. Okay. Activity 1.7 in your textbook, changing picture clarity. So how to change picture clarity? File, open any image. So open school resources, standard 9, images. So open the image, and how to change the picture clarity? Before pasting this picture to your canvas or your poster, from here itself we can change the picture clarity. So here we can see colors menu. Select the colors menu. Here you can see brightness contrast option. So select colors menu, brightness contrast option, and another dialog box will appear. Here we can see a slider for brightness and a slider for contrast. So move the slider. Thus you can find the difference. Did you see the difference? Like this you can increase the brightness, and by moving this slider we can increase or decrease the contrast. Click on OK. Then you can edit, copy this image, and you can edit, paste it to your canvas. So this is what your next activity, changing the picture clarity, and I'll show it by using our poster. So file, open our poster from students work, standard 9, poster.png. I'm opening a PNG format, not XCF, image format. So I have opened this. Click on colors, brightness and contrast, and adjust the, see the difference? Adjust the brightness like this. See, like this we can adjust the brightness and contrast of a poster. So this is what a next activity. Then let's start adding the text. From the toolbox, select the text tool. You already know how to add a text. Click on the place where you want to enter the text so that you can see the text box. Drag the text box. Click and drag the text box like this, and click inside the text box and start typing June 12. But here you can see the text has appeared in smaller size. So how to make a text bigger size? Here you can see one cursor symbol. Simply click and select the text like this. So here we can see one yellow color selection. Have you seen that yellow color selection? So select the text, and in the dialog box increase the font size like this. Increase the font size. Okay. Then if you want to change the color, here there is a color option. So click on the color option and select the color. Click on OK. Then if you click over the empty space, yes, we can see the text. So in this manner we can add a text to the canvas. So this activity is not described in a textbook, but in that poster we can see the text. Okay. So one more topic is remaining, which is the last topic is making use of filter tools, or how we can blur a picture. So let's see the last topic, or how it works. Open our poster, then what? Open layer palette, then create a new layer. So we can open an image and we can make that image or a portion of an image blur, so that we can make a picture blur and we can copy paste to this canvas. So for that, before opening a picture, create new layer. So what is the use of new layer? We can move or remove a particular layer by selecting here. By selecting each layers like this, that particular layer gets selected and we can move or remove that layer. That is what the use of layer option. Then, so let's make a picture blur. For that, open an image from school resources. Open school resources, standard 9, images. Open an image. Suppose I am opening this image. So open the image. Then what we have to make to this poster, we only need this part or hand image, and we have to make this hand picture blur. For that, first select the portion which we want to make blur. So here you can see rectangle select option, which means we can select this picture in a rectangle manner. And this is ellipse select, and this is free select tool. So we can draw a region and we can select. So I'm selecting rectangle select tool. We can select any tool. I'm selecting rectangle select tool. Like this, we can select in a rectangle manner. Or if you are selecting ellipse select tool, you can select like an ellipse like this. Or if you are selecting free select tool, this one, we have to draw like this. Which region we need, draw that particular region using free select tool. So this is what the use of 3 selection tool. Now I am taking rectangle select tool and select the portion which we want to make blur. Then go to filters menu. Filters. Here we can see blur option. Here a lot of blur options are there. Symbol blur, focus, Gaussian, motion. We only need the symbol blur option. So select the blur icon. So you can see the difference. If you want to make this picture again little more blur, here in the filters option we can see repeat blur. So click on the repeat blur option. Similarly, repeat the step, filters, repeat blur option, so that we can see the difference in that image like this. So when you are clicking on this repeat blur option, this picture again gets blurred. This is what the use of blur option. And then simply copy and paste, edit, copy, close this image, discard changes, because we don't want to make any changes in the original picture. So that discard changes. Whenever you open an image, after finishing its copying or whatever activities, close that image, okay, and give discard changes option, because we don't want to make any changes in the original one. Then edit, paste, so that here a blurred picture has been pasted in the canvas. And by using scale tool, we can scale this picture. So this is the method of making a picture blur. Okay, we all clear this activity, how to make a picture blur. So for that, open the picture, select the portion. After that, go to filters menu. Here we can see blur option. Select symbol blur, and again if you need to make that picture again blur, go to filters icon, then click on repeat blur option. So this is what a last activity in your chapter 1. So after finishing the work, click on file option. Here you can see save option and export option. What is the difference between save as and export as? If you save this poster The extension will be what? XCF. XCF is the extension of GIMP software. So here we can give the name and we can save the poster. So the extension will be XCF. What is the difference between XCF format and PNG or JPG format? If we are saving this poster, we cannot view this poster as an image. And if you are exporting this poster, exporting this poster, the extension will be what? PNG or JPG. Okay, so I'm going to export this poster in students work class 9 and I'll show the difference. Okay, so give the name and click on export button, then export. Open home folder. Here we can see students work class 9. Here a poster, one is in XCF format, other one is PNG format. This one is a saved format and this one is a exported format. So if you are double clicking this exported format, we can view it as an image and we cannot perform any editing operation. We can just view like this only. Okay, this is what the difference between PNG and XCF format. So if you are opening saved work, double click and open. So what will happen? It will be opened in GIMP software so that we can perform any editing. So this is how a saved image like. So by this topic, here comes the end of chapter 1. So chapter 1 is over. Hope you are clear all the activities which we have discussed in previous classes and today's session. If you have any doubts, you must contact me. Okay. Let's summarize today's class. Next, let's have a look at your textbook. Let's evaluate the extended activities. Let's evaluate. First question. If you have your textbook, mark the answers in your textbook. Otherwise, I have sent you the PDF of your textbook. So in that, you can study from that PDF. So first question, open a canvas in GIMP, paste a picture and anchor it. What is the use of anchor tool? For pasting an image. So paste that image in the canvas. But then you try to move the pasted image, it moves along with the background. This is what our activity which I described in the first class, along with the background. What could be the reason for this? When you're pasting on a picture in the canvas, it moves along with the background. What is the reason? The picture didn't get pasted on the canvas. The picture was pasted on the background of the canvas. Move tool did not work function properly. And the last option, the picture format did not support the process. Which will be the correct answer? Option B. The picture is pasted on the background of the canvas. That's why when you are trying to move a picture, it moves along with your background. Okay, so answer is B option. The picture was pasted on the background of the canvas. And second question, prepare a banner to be held in a rally to be organized in connection with the proclamation procession of the World Environmental Day. Include the details given below and save it to your folder. Like this, the question comes for your practical exam. This is what a activity or question. And hints will be given. First, use logo tool. So first thing is we have to create a logo. Then what is next? Include picture. So you must study how to open a picture and how to arrange a picture on the canvas. For that we can make use of what? Fuzzy select tool, select by color tool, or symbol copy visible. Then last, save the banner in XCF and JPG format. So for saving in XCF format, file save option. For saving in JPG format, file export option. So they have asked both save in XCF and JPG format. So this is what your question looks like. Okay. So this activity we'll discuss in the next class. I'll show again one poster related to World Environmental Day. Then third question, from the procedures given below, choose the correct one which is used to rename a layer in GIMP. Click on the canvas, click on the layer palette, right click on the layer, click on the floating layer, which is the correct option for renaming a layer. Either we can double click on a layer and we can change the name. Otherwise, right click on the layer and select edit attributes. Then we can edit the name. So the correct option is C. Right click on the layer. And fourth question is designing a poster related to organ donation, and hints are given. What include a message in the form of logo. So logo is important. Study the logo, how to make a logo, and use of eye icon. Then arrange the picture of organs of the human body in attractive manner. So file opened, then open any image. After that, export the poster in PNG format. So the activities for that come for your exam will be very easy. Creating a poster. But in your textbook, it is a vast chapter. You have to study each and every activity and the use of different tools. And a lot of another poster topics are given. So read that. And if you have computers in your home, try to do this poster. And in the next class, we'll discuss another poster. After that only, we'll move to next chapter. Next, this is a homework for you. These are some theory questions or one-word questions. So try to write the answers of these questions in your notebook. So copy down the question and write the answer. So this is what your homework for next class. Okay, all of you should do this homework.
Hope you all clear today's topics. So our chapter 1 is over. Hope you all understand each and every activities. If you have computers in your home, you must try out this activity. Otherwise, study all the steps of how to do all these activities. Okay. So next, in the next class, we'll see other activity. From the first chapter itself, we'll see another activity, and we'll practice out many examples from the first chapter. Okay. After that, we'll move to second chapter. So we'll see in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.